Hello and welcome to the ATF Cast. That's Anything That Fires. Here we discuss science, firearms, the day-to-day, and whether you'd like it or not, we often don't, politics. The bounds are unscribed, the beliefs are full of dis, and the bifocals simply unacceptable. We're a pinch of a lava and a heaping cup of I don't know what the fuck is going on. So join us on this journey of nonsense and in an attempt to learn more, while we do our best to put on a smiling face, keep our eyes upon the moon, and ride the waves of entropy in this ever-changing world. I'm your host, Evan, and as always, we are joined by your marvelous co-host, Matt Halava.
What's going on, Sonny boy?
Not too much. How you doing today, Paul?
Doing good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you. Hump day!
Hump day!
How's your hump day treated you?
It was busy, but not horrible, right? So busy is good because I'd rather be busy than bored, and didn't have anything overly stupid. So yeah, drive home took a long time due to rain and people forgetting how to drive in the rain. I mean, you live in Ohio.
Yeah.
What are the but you know, people are people.
Indeed they are.
And happily we are who we are, because some people I don't understand and I don't want to. I don't get it. So anyways,
yeah. I was driving to work. I think it was yesterday. It was raining, storming pretty heavily, and I passed like 4 accidents. I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
Little
So
side note
that.
here. There is that. Swampy, what's up, Swamp Dog? He says apparently he'll be in Louisiana the week of August 15th, an hour from Nolens. Which I don't know. I'm gonna be there too. So
I think maybe that's why he mentioned it.
Yeah, I think so. We're gonna have to meet up for a brew or two. You can meet my lovely sister. It'll be pre-IV8888 range day, 2022 round 2. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
And a beer or two will probably be better, so the two of you don't have to share one. You know, like 2 straws, 1 beer.
Yeah,
that might look a little ridiculous. That might be a good picture, though.
I think that.
Speaking of good pictures, where did you take the picture of her background? The stone wall.
Oh yeah. I think Old Man's Cave, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I was scrolling through the computer. I was like, we need a fresh background for today. And then saw this and was like, oh, look at that.
Voila.
So Swampy, before I post that, is that a secret or let me know. Yeah, looking forward to that. How was your July 4th, Pops?
Uneventful. Nothing blew up. Right, been watching some fun videos of people setting off fireworks and then like accidentally blowing up their own vehicle in their driveway. No, we had a very good 4th. Did some yard work, relaxed, had some burgers and corn on the cob, and even though we did a lot of yard work, it's nice to have someone to do the work with.
Yeah, so absolutely.
We had a good day. Kona had a little pool party. She got to play in the pool. Just a good, relaxing day. Just living the American dream.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. And what about you?
I was basically dead on July 4th. I slept a lot of the day.
I'm glad you're resuscitated.
Yeah, both my phones were dead. I just let them be dead. See, pre-July 4th, Saturday, we had a little cookout at Riley's. His birthday was yesterday, so, a little preemptive birthday celebration. Yeah, I watched Independence Day.
What?
You gotta. Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta watch that.
Love when old Will Smith punches an alien. Yeah, had a little cookout, and then Sunday, and Grandma got out from the rehab facility on Friday, so Sunday, I took her
due
groceries.
to not alcohol or narcotics, because I think most people think rehab, when grandma was freebasing or whatever and had to go in there. But no, I'm glad that she is feeling much better.
Me also. So yeah, took her some groceries, caught up with her, brought her some July 4th flowers with like little sparkling lights in them. It was cute as
Aww.
hell. And yeah, then thereafter I went over to Andrea's and she made breakfast, and then we shared mimosas, and then we went out to her little kiddie pool on the deck and split a 12-pack of Coronas. Went inside, ate some tacos, and I went home and slept a lot. Watched some Stranger Things, all caught up now, seen all the
Nice.
chaos. So
Yeah, we haven't watched any of that. So
any of that as far as
any of the episodes thereof of the Stranger Things. So
none of it at all, huh?
no, see the advertisements, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, it's very enjoyable. I would highly recommend it.
I'll take your word on it. So you always have good suggestions. Maybe we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I recommend it. Swampy says they've only watched the first season of Stranger Things, and boy howdy, do you have a lot to see. So
Well, how many seasons are there?
there's 4 now. They just ended the 4th, and the 5th will be the final season, is the word around town.
I mean, I remember, I think there was around Christmas, either you or Brianna did a post on Instagram, your mom standing underneath some Christmas lights, calling out a child's name or whatever. So I was like, what? I didn't understand it. And then I found out that was a reference to Stranger Things. I was like, oh, okay. No wonder I didn't understand it. So
yeah, there you go. Uncultured.
I wouldn't call it uncultured. Maybe ignorant to the ways of Stranger Things.
I think that was said much more poetically. Yes.
Thanks.
Ignorant. Are you ignorant?
Well, ignorant means not knowing. It doesn't mean you're stupid.
That's true.
I think ignorant means you're stupid. Is
That's
you
probably
ignorant? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that perspective on things. So how do you feel about people just continually shooting people? The
Well, I
weeds of
think
it.
they're assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's stupid, right? I mean, there's people say there's a gun violence problem, and they need more laws to prevent gun murders and shootings. And well, murder is illegal. One, it doesn't matter whether it's a rock, your fist, a vehicle. It doesn't matter the avenue taken in order to take someone else's life. That's illegal. I do have an issue with disarming people so that they cannot protect themselves or others. That's where my issue would lie. But I don't understand it, right? I mean, we have had firearms in this country since before this country was founded and how this country was founded. So if we've had firearms for all this time, and we even had firearm safety taught in schools, and now all those things were diminished, removed from society. You shouldn't have it. You shouldn't talk about it. Shouldn't be whatever. Now there's more. I think society has just become a cesspool of idiocy, and everyone, not everyone, those a-holes who want to do that so they can become famous and live forever as someone known who, took the lives of many people. I think it's just sad. So it's rather disgusting. And I don't understand why, if there are more shootings, in time, more shootings have happened. So then more gun laws happen, which then increases gun shooting, right? Or gun violence. It's just violence. The gun is a means, right? It's a tool being utilized. So then more laws are passed. So then more of it's committed. More. So it seems like the more restriction there is, the more opportunity and locations that those heinous incidents can happen.
Hmm.
But I think when instead of saying so and so from wherever was the shooter, they should start referring to him as someone with small genitalia, or the bucktooth beaver from here. I don't know. Starting, they shouldn't mention their names.
I agree with you. Yeah, glorifying the criminal and making them famous as some of them
Mhm.
wish to become is counterproductive, obviously. Remember
Yep.
the victims, not the perpetrators, I think is a good basis.
Yes. And if you know, yes, a mass shooting with 6 or 7 people and 30 people wounded, or and on whatever, or shooting in a school and you have multiple victims, that is horrible. Chicago has more of that every day than just the numbers on a specific incident. Um, Along with our capital and other municipalities who have the strictest gun laws and regulations and everything. So obviously the laws aren't working. They never ever will, right? So it's just the same thing as if someone gets a DUI, and there's been so many DUIs that now everyone has to turn in their driver's license. No one can drive. Everyone's going to have to start living within walking distance of their employment, right? So that doesn't make sense. People
Good luck
might
with
want to
that.
start doing that due to the gas prices, anyways. But yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I've been feeling that. Gotta love me some gas prices. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and it seems, why is it happening at such a greater rate? I mean, it almost puts you in like a conspiratorial mindset in some cases because it's, there's, why is it every week now? Why is it every moment?
Why
What
does it
happened?
happen every time that something else is going to occur, right? So, oh, the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Hey, we want to hear who she was supplying or who they were supplying with children. Who was in their little black book? Who were their clientele? Who were the individuals in this world that were paying to have sex with kidnapped and enslaved children? Who were that? Oh, wait, mass shooting. Yeah. Oh, look over there. Don't do over here. Right? So her court case was going on, and Johnny Depp court case was just so amazing. It was everywhere. Now, granted, it was entertaining, but I would rather know the information of who the nasty individuals are that were doing that to children.
Yeah, I consider that pretty important.
Yes.
And why are
So,
they not being prosecuted?
right? And why are they trying to change the laws so that pedophiles aren't pedophiles? They're just underage attracted individuals, or whatever the heck they're calling them. And why, if all that is illegal, now we're going to start working on the kids in schools, all the little kids. Oh, we're going to talk about sex and things. So now they're educated. So they really shouldn't be, there shouldn't be any pedophiles because kids know what they're doing now and they're able to do this and do that. So all the pedophilia laws are going to go away. Then they could possibly release the names. Oh, by the way, these are the names, but you can't hold them accountable because there's no law that they broke. Right? So there's a conspiracy theory. A lot of people say that, but it's extremely plausible. And conspiracy theorists are, I think, batting 1,000 right now.
It is pretty disturbing to see some of the even more like chaotic conspiracy theories coming to light. in some cases. It's just, what the fuck? it's
Right?
absurd. It's
It is absurd. And then going back to the firearms and everything, the CDC has now said that the number one cause of death among children is firearms. Well, it was accidents, right? So, and then it was medical issues and things of that nature. But how in a short period of time did it miraculously become firearms? The math doesn't add up. So even all the children that were sadly shot in these incidents, those numbers don't tip the scale. But if you look at the report, it includes 19, 18, 16, 15, all the way down, right? So they added in 2 more age brackets in order to get those numbers up. And it's not shooting deaths, it is firearm death, which means the majority of those that were 18 and 19 were either accidental, but primarily those were suicidal. So they throw in this ginormous number of unfortunate individuals that took a way out, the only path that they saw, but they used a firearm to do it. So the numbers actually didn't change. They just changed the scale, didn't tell you they changed the scale, and now it's the most horrifying thing ever. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're right. No, they're lying to you. No. It's bullcrap. If you have to be constantly given the wrong information for you to jump on their little wagon and scream and yell at the stars and scream at the sky and wonder why the clouds aren't there, and then the clouds show up and it starts to rain on you and you wonder why you got wet, you're screaming for the wrong damn reason. I don't even know what you're doing. You should always sit back and think about it. There was a shooting in Akron recently where police officers, I believe 8 are on leave for pending the investigation and everything. Individual was shot 60 times or hit at least 60 times after 90 shots fired by these officers. So not everyone, a lot of people are up in arms because, and they're rioting, due to police shooting an unarmed individual. Okay, yeah, after the fact, he's unarmed, but the vehicle that they tried to stop had an attempt to stop the day prior by a police municipality. So a police department tried to stop a vehicle for a busted taillight. We're just going to stop and say, hey, by the way, your taillight's out. Oh, wait, we ran the tags as we're trying to stop them, and the tags are expired. So now we can tell them that, hey, you have expired tags and a busted taillight. The individual flees, takes off. So now it becomes a high-speed chase as that municipality gets closer to the city of Akron. They deem it unsafe to continue pursuit, so they call off the pursuit. The following day, an Akron officer tries to pull over the same vehicle due to a busted taillight and a expired tag. High-speed chase, or maybe low speed, right? So a chase pursues. They don't stop. As they're now trying to get the vehicle stopped, shots are fired from the vehicle. So now it's a shots fired situation. As the vehicle finally comes near a stop, the driver bails out the passenger side, takes off running. The driver's wearing a face mask, and so they can't see who it is. The individual bails out running. Two tasers were deployed. Both failed to stop. And from what the officer's perspective was, the individual who was already known to have fired shots at the officers that were in pursuit is going for his waistband, shots fired. So, a bunch of officers shot. Adrenaline does weird things, right? So, some officers may have thought that they only fired 2 or 3 shots, but they may have fired all 17, right? Due to adrenaline.
That's true.
Things happen. So, the individuals succumbed to their wounds on scene, and people are upset because, well, he left the gun in the vehicle. In those 10 seconds, nobody knows that the gun is left in the vehicle. They know they've been shot at, and the person turns. Now, I haven't seen all the footage, and I wasn't there, but this is a perspective. Okay, so individual turns, that individual gets shot. Why the hell didn't you stop the first time?
True. Well, why did you shoot police?
Why did you shoot a police? Why didn't you stop? So, yay, all the police officers everywhere are evil. No. Maybe you should have stopped. Why are you running and shooting at police? For a taillight and a expired tag? That doesn't make any damn sense. Why are you risking your life for that? I don't know. Don't have the answers. It's unfortunate that there are family members and friends that are going to miss this individual. And it's unfortunate that these police officers have to have this in their memory for the remainder of their time. So, a horrible situation. You should have just pulled the hell over. So if you got a busted tail light, boy, you better check it. And just pull over.
Well, if I was, being pulled over, I would pull over and, do all the stuff. So,
not shoot at police or anybody actually. So I get it.
Yeah, if I was shot at, I'd be pretty pissed off and waiting for a weapon to come at me again. So,
yes, because you've already been shot at. You want to go home, right? When your shift's over, you want to go home. You don't want to get shot. So, police have a very hard job. A lot of people have very hard jobs. And the public doesn't make it any easier by being stupid and ranting and raving right off at things that they don't understand. Just like some of these athletes. So some of these professional athletes that spout off, like LeBron James spouting off as soon as he hears something. Well, you didn't hear the whole story now, did you? And you didn't apologize or retract your idiocy, so that makes you a jackass. So there's plenty of the jackasses out there. Someone could be listening to me right now and think I'm a jackass, and they could be right.
Yeah, there's always someone, I'm sure. And,
Yeah.
In addition to there being jackasses and assholes and, the general public that's always spouting off, unfortunately, there is also those select few officers, maybe not even, that select in some cases, that are also pieces of shit and jackasses.
Yeah.
As with
there are
any
those.
pool of people. Yeah. And, we've seen plenty of officers that, just don't respect the Constitution, do all kinds of terrible things. And, so.
They are out there. Now, some of them, I believe all departments have help for that. But some of those people, they're under stress and a stressful job every single day. Sometimes an officer pulls up to you and they're kind of a jerk, for pulling you over for speeding. They might be a real a-hole, but they may have left a scene a half an hour earlier where an entire family was killed in a vehicle in a very similar situation. So they might be mad as hell because they don't want to see you dead, but their emotions, adrenaline, and mindset at that point in time isn't able to relay that properly. So it might just be a jerk to you.
It's true. Stressful situations bring out the jerk in a lot of us.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone's going to put me in a stressful situation at some point, I'm probably going to be a jerk.
Yeah.
And the situation will dictate on the level of jerkiness.
Jerkiness, yeah. Ah, difficult world out there, isn't it?
It is. I mean, one of the things in the paper, the
Rep extra.
was a thing about the Stark civic leaders launch gun violence campaign. So it's a couple of guys that went to start a campaign about gun violence, and that's fine. You want gun violence to not be a thing. I want all violence to not be a thing. Wouldn't that be wonderful? That would be, man. Everyone's life would be so much better. And so I agree with them, right? They want to start something to say, hey, no more gun violence. But a lot of the stuff that they mention is off due to what we talked about earlier. As of June 21st, 20,520 adults and 780 children were killed in gun-related incidents. Okay. That's not gun violence. That's not mass shooting. So those numbers are misleading as you read the story, because gun-related incidents, the biggest one is suicide, and then accidents, and then those shootings, right? So you got to take away all the other numbers, and these numbers are going to drop drastically. Then you should also compare to the numbers that they don't tell you as far as how many people have been protected and lives saved by someone with a firearm. Did you hear about the woman in West Virginia that shot an active shooter with her concealed carry and saved the lives of everybody at the party?
Huh. I didn't. Imagine that.
Well, perhaps the news didn't want anyone to know that an African American woman had a concealed carry license and fired upon another African American individual that had an AR. This individual is a felon who had the AR, was driving way too fast back and forth. Someone told him to slow down, or asked him to slow down because there's children around. This is like an apartment complex or in a little community. So that individual left, who was driving too fast, and he came back. He's already a felon. This felon came back with the illegal possession of a firearm and started shooting at people. Well, a woman who had her concealed carry stopped him. Nobody was shot by the individual with the AR. The individual with the AR, who was a felon, committing another felony, and who was trying to commit even more felonies, was stopped by someone legally. You're not going to hear that story. Now, it depends on where you live. That's probably on the local news and stuff like that. And some news outlets probably mention it. But all in all, they're not going to tell you about it.
Yeah, that's very interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. So this woman, who is minding her own business at a party, having fun with the ones she loves, is now put in a situation where she has to use the firearm to protect them. I'm sure she never thought she would have to, but wanted to have it with her just in case. Well, the just in case just happened, right? So she was able to save countless lives by her actions. And you're not going to hear about those numbers, because I think they're estimating the 3 to 4 million So they're saying 25,000 versus 3 million. Now 3 million's way up here. 25,000. That's a huge number. That is sad and disappointing. But now you got to take away all the suicides and everything, and now those is a bigger gap. It's all crap.
Isn't that fun?
Know, right? And I also want to know what the hell's going on with all the aliens. Oh, by the way, aliens are real. Oh, over here, COVID. Over here, look at this.
I mean, if it's an alien distraction, at least that's a little fun, right? I mean, but UFOs are cool.
They are cool. But I don't know. Are the aliens doing it because they're trying to disarm the population so that they can land and be like, hey, we're here? Well, you're not going to get disarmed. Go land somewhere else. So, hey, if you're nice, you can land here. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a respectful alien. That sounds like a good time. Maybe we'll learn some stuff.
Maybe they're just sitting back and watching us on their little monitors going, man, what a good fight.
Yeah.
Right? We're watching UFC and they're watching the planet. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, well, if I was an interested alien race, they would have plenty of entertainment for human v human violence, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. The most dangerous animal on the planet. And we think we're the smartest.
I wonder who they've got narrating their Planet Earth episodes, you know?
Who do you think's voice would be it?
Well, like Morgan Freeman or David Attenborough for us, but
Morgan Freeman would. Well, they may have taken Morgan Freeman's voice. I mean, look how many soundtracks they could have.
Damn, that's true. Are they synthesizing our boy Morg Free?
Right? And they're like, there's the North American white male in his natural habitat.
Swamp Dog also suggests Seth Rogen, which I can respect. That's a good choice, Swampy.
Yep. Or Ryan Reynolds, like
that'd
his little Deadpool voice. Well, isn't that fancy? You know. So I don't know. Yeah, there's some good ones out there. Betty White's voice would be cool to hear.
Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was trying to find a video here for
aliens.
Yeah. No, let's see, Seth Rogen.
Dog dancing. Oh, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't share this real quick over here. That's share buttons.
Button. Who's got the button?
Let's see. Okay, I don't think there's gonna be much audio, but just check out this man's nails. So he's been doing pottery. He has a little pottery business. I think this is like a roll-in tray for marijuana or something of the sort, but super artsy. And oh damn, this isn't quite the video. One of them, he has these awesome nails on, and that's what I was going to share with everybody. He's got like these fat acrylics with all these gloops on them, because he has like an ashtray that's called like the gloop ashtray. There's just like giant bubbles of color. So yeah, he's been on Twitter and it'll like zoom into his nails, and he's like, Seth Rogen laugh, you know, and just like, I'm making pottery. Yeah, it's awesome little advertisement. Nice. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But I can't find it on the tube. Must be a Twitter specific situation.
Gotcha.
Shame, ain't it?
Or Tic Tac. Well, these things happen.
Tic Tac. You see anything good on the Tic Tacs recently?
I've gotten on the Tic Tacs, but I haven't done any Tic Tacs. I am working on some Tic Tac ideas.
Ooh.
Right?
Exciting. for the gun world.
For the holster world. So yeah,
Right.
the gun world. I mean that's all in that realm.
Which I do have
So,
some pictures that are going to be coming to you. I'm working on editing them.
ooh,
Ooh, so,
ooh, fancy.
yeah. So, good things coming. Looking forward.
Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see it.
Me either. You know
I'm
what else I
so
can't wait to
excited.
see? Ooh, the rockets. We got a couple launches coming up soon enough.
What?
Yeah, the Artemis 1 with NASA's
Okay.
Space Launch System rocket should be launching within the next 2 months. It's gonna
Well,
be
time
awesome.
flies. They'll be launching quicker than we know it.
Yeah, ooh, I can't wait. They
Mm-hmm.
they just they had a couple of wet dress rehearsals, and soon enough their launch, and they're sending that Orion capsule around the moon, little test orbit around the moon, so they can send folks there and land on the moon
But I
yet
thought we
again.
didn't have the technology to do that. NASA said we don't have the technology to go back to the moon.
We're about to change that.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Like that. It's
sir.
just
And you
done.
know who's helping with the landing on the moon aspect of things?
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he just opened a space company. No, but that would be
Eh,
awesome.
well, yeah, it's probably like flying a high space odyssey or something.
Yeah, with pottery rockets. It would be a sight to behold. They're going to land on the moon with the assistance of, well, a multitude of companies, but most notably SpaceX with their human lander system that they were awarded. And it's going to be a special starship that lands on the lunar surface. So, pretty stoked for that.
Pretty cool. So a human lander,
Correct. It's
like throws somebody down there like a dirt dart, and they just like a Bugs Bunny episode.
I mean, I'd like to see that, but that's not
But I don't
exactly
think we
what's
could do that.
happening. Yeah. Let's see. I'll look up an image here. If I can spell right, Schluner Lander.
Schlitz. Schlooner Schlander.
Schnickelfritz. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Schnickelfritz.
let's see here. Ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. There we go. I'm figuring it out. Computers are hard, and I work with them all day, every day.
Excuse me. So that's why they are hard. Well,
Boop.
looky there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a
Well, how do we
Starship
get the
variant.
picture of it on the moon if we haven't taken it there yet?
Oh, you big goof. That's just a computer.
What was that? Legos. That's Legos. Those blue and white blocks down towards the bottom right there. That's Legos.
Right? And just let's appreciate for scale this human here, right? Full
Okay.
suit and everything. And then
Let's say that human is that human's going to be at least 6 foot.
correct.
Because even if astronaut shorter than that, with all the gear and the helmet, because you're going to have some gap in the helmet, we're just saying at least 6 foot.
Yeah, I like the girth
Nice.
on her. Thanks, Nuggins. Anyway,
It's all about the girth. About the girth.
wow, I ain't heard that tune. Nice.
Lunar lander.
This fella, yeah, it's about 165 foot tall. So I don't know if it's the perfect scale, but yeah, it's a tall motherfucker. And if you notice here, these astronauts have ridden down this elevator because the bottom portion of the starship is fuel tanks and engines and all life support. And then up at this door here is going to be the elevator that lets you come down to the lunar surface. And above that is living quarters and all the fun stuff. So
nice.
I'm pretty sure that this thing will basically be capable of carrying a Cybertruck to the moon, and you could take it down to the lunar surface and drive it around. So, if that gives you any idea,
is that is that going to be like the entire vessel, the height and girth, launch back, or is the I guess all of it would relaunch? And I mean, they got to come back to Earth. So I
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
know if just the living compartment or whatever would fire off, and part of it would separate or whatever.
No,
But
it's entirely the height and girth of this entire structure. So, and this thing's going to stay in space. It's going to be capable of in orbit refueling so that they can maintain enough fuel to go to and fro the lunar surface
that's
a
right. I
multitude of
forgot about
times.
that.
Yeah, and then this is basically going to stay either on the lunar surface or in lunar orbit, docked to the lunar gateway, which is going to be kind of a mini space station, but in orbit around the moon. So you can send different spacecrafts with astronauts in it to the lunar gateway, and then they will, hang out there, hop into this lunar landing starship variant, and then they can go down to the surface and back and forth again inside of this thing.
Nice. I wonder how many aliens are going to tell them to beat it.
So beat
Like,
it.
get on out of here. Hey, you can't park here.
And Swampy also points out that this little moon buggy down here is looking sick as hell, which I concur. Yeah, it's looking like a fun little ATV with probably some fancy wheels, and yeah, just go, hop in some fucking craters in that little fella right there.
Right? Probably go to one of the crater's edges and do some fishing.
Yeah.
Get some space minnows, moon minnows, bring them on back.
Moon minnows, that's nice. So yeah, we're looking forward to this entire program. I don't know. I think lunar landing was, tentative, like 2024 is when they wanted it by. Who knows about that? But we haven't seen any of this lunar lander variant. I'm assuming it's not constructed yet, being that they're still, working on their Starship test campaign for, the vehicle itself, which is what's so exciting about the orbital launch that is coming in who knows when. Hopefully I'll be in Texas somehow when it happens.
That would be amazing.
I'd poop my pants.
That would be well.
Just hope there's not many that practice fartlicks down in Houston. Throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oops, I crapped my pants.
Oops, I pooped my pants.
Oops, I did it again. I blew a big fart.
Shit in my pants. Oh, baby.
Blew the seam apart.
Let's see if I can get an image up here of the space.
What's it of?
Ooh, it's a big old rocket, but I just tried to bring it up, and it was like the size of my, like thumbnail. So,
maybe it's one of those pictures thingies that they what do they call them? Thumbnails.
You motherfucker.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate that. All right, here's a reasonably larger picture here. Boom! SLS, Space Launch System.
Boom! It looks Russian.
Ooh, interesting. It's probably because, Nazi science, space, or NASA. Holy shit. Nazi.
Wait, NASA is actually Nazi spelled differently?
Basically, that's how it started off in a lot of senses. Werner von Braun, if I'm saying that right. Yeah. A lot of the rocketry that NASA has utilized to do crazy things was indeed brought over from the Soviet Union. Is that right? Yeah.
And Germany.
Oh, yeah. Both. I'm bad at my knowledge this evening. And we got a whole bunch of...
you always got to take knowledge from where you can get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
heard that. That's right. Swamp Dog says that our last little song that we were singing there, "Oops, I Shit My Pants," reminds him of the SpongeBob song "I Ripped My Pants." Do you remember SpongeBob? Did we watch it around you a lot back in the day, way back when?
You guys did watch it. Um, I watched it with you. I thought it was entertaining. So there's good humor in there. Not all of it was fantastic for me, but like Sandy Bottoms, I think that was a squirrel's name, right? Or was that where
Yeah.
they lived?
Uh,
I think Sandy Bottoms
let's
was
see.
a squirrel.
Well,
It doesn't
Bikini
matter.
Bottoms. Bikini Bottom was where they lived.
Oh, Bikini Bottom is where they live. Sandy, whatever, the squirrel that was living under the sea.
Sandy Cheeks was her name.
Oh, Bottoms, cheeks, same thing, right? Sandy cheeks, same difference. Six in one hand, sand on your backside. So same. But Patrick, he was doing whatever, and she looked at him and said, "Don't you have, or ain't you got somewhere else to be stupid?" I just thought it was a great line. Started laughing. He's like, "Well, not until 4."
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
they had a couple good ones in there.
Hey, there she is, Sandy Cheeks.
Sandy Cheeks. I'm gonna go ahead and
She's an
leave that up.
astronaut.
Yeah, there was that one episode where she like flew a rocket or built a rocket. I'm gonna have to find that episode on YouTube's and check it out. Swamp Dog says Sandy Cheeks was her name. Thank you for that confirmation. We missed that in the chat. Would have been helpful sooner.
Yeah, if we could read.
Yeah, illiteracy's really.
Hey, I was close. Okay, I mean, I don't have her as a patch on my tack vest or anything, so I guess I'd have to get one. So I don't know.
It'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna leave up Sandy Cheeks. We're gonna take a quick intermission because I've got to pee because I've been hydrating, and we'll see these folks back in like 3 minutes. How's that sound?
Okay.
Perfect. Everybody enjoy the Sandy Cheeks, and we'll be back in a quick jiff, just like the peanut butter. Hope you guys all enjoyed those sandy cheeks. We worked hard to get those for you. And my extensive hydration
You
is
worked
really
hard to get sandy cheeks.
yeah. Sat down a couple of times out there on the sand dunes.
Yeah, just wearing your mankini.
Yep, obviously how I live all of my moments in life.
What's the other one? A banana hammock.
Banana hammock, yeah, not me.
Nope.
I like a little bit more comfort cover and protection, personally.
Yes.
Oh
Anyways,
boy, yeah, where were we? Something cheeks, something. The world's all fucked up today.
yes, it is. People are so angry about everything that I don't know if you really need to be that angry about. You know, as you're scrolling through social media, you see someone screaming, and I am so angry. Okay, what are you angry about?
Yeah,
Let's discuss this. And how does that make you feel? Right?
how
I
does that
mean,
make you feel?
eh, there are some people screaming at Roe versus Wade, right? Um, if it was leaked and it was suggested that, hey, this might be happening, so there was a leak, and now everybody knows about it, so now everyone could be up in arms about it. But Ghislaine, you know, she's getting sentenced, and nobody cares about that. I don't know. So, is that something that people should be extremely upset about? Well, if you knew it was a possibility for the last several months, from the time it was leaked until the time of the decision, instead of screaming at sky, like I say, maybe you could have started, right? So, hey, if this is overturned on the federal level and we need a state's decision for where we live in the states, uh, I should be talking to our representatives and things and start talking to those people in your states. There's a possibility. It's kind of like, well, looks like rain. Should we take umbrellas or a raincoat? Nah, might storm later, but I'm just going to get all upset if it does. Why are you getting upset? Why don't you try to make things better? I don't get it.
I understand that perspective. It was also, I don't know, they released it as like a potential opinion, so it wasn't set in stone.
Right.
And the thing that upsets me about it is, and this will probably be very polarizing for our audience in some cases, but whether you're for abortion or against it, I think any revocation of the rights of the American people by the federal government is heinous and should be looked at it as such. Is it a distraction from other things? Potentially. But it seems as though the federal government consistently is trying to remove rights regardless as to whether you agree with them wholeheartedly or not. And that just feels as though it's working backwards for the basis of what should be American freedom.
Yeah. But then people are, oh my God, the government's going to take away birth control now, and they're going to take away condoms, and they're going to take away. How are they going to take away that industry? Right? I mean, so all this time, if people did use more protection or a means to not become pregnant, perhaps we wouldn't have had so many abortions. I don't know, just a thought. I've heard some ladies screaming, complaining that I think one had 6 abortions already, and you can't take away my right. Well, do you live in a state where that's going to be illegal, or is it still going to be legal? Or are you complaining about something that is going to happen? Another lady was talking about the 8 abortions that she had. What? That's that's like 8 car accidents. It was a oops. It was an accident. I don't get it. At some point, we do have to take responsibility of our own actions, right? Just like when seeing the guys out there with the signs, that you can't take away abortion and women have their rights and everything. I think that a lot of the guys are what they're saying is, I don't want the responsibility of a child either. She should be able to abort, so I don't have my life ruined, right? So it's all perspective. It looks at how it's being portrayed, right? So yes, it's not federally protected, so now it's up to the individual states. Start changing the individual states. The woman of Roe v. Wade, who all this was initiated, that came about because she was raped by multiple assailants. And she never had the abortion of that child because the law didn't change up to that point, right? So it wasn't legal for her to be able to abort until after that child was born. So, but then I think she had 4 or 5 other children that she had given up for adoption thereafter. And then years later, she says that, well, she wasn't actually ever raped. So I don't know why they started to look at RV Wade and try to get rid of something, or or what was going on. I don't know, but it was overturned on the federal level. Can you hear that?
Can't hear what? Do you hear a crazy sound?
Okay. Well, Siri started giving me stats on RV Wade. And
Oh shit!
I never asked her to look that up, so Big Brother's watching.
Big Brother's always watching. Oh,
Big
Swamp
Sister,
Dog,
right?
Big Sister too. Swamp Dog brings up it's a concern that if they revoked the Second Amendment, say, of firearms rights on the federal level, and it was up to the states, what situation would we be in regarding firearm rights?
Well, that's a hard one to argue because the Second Amendment is an amendment, right? That is in the Constitution, so that is on the federal level, whereas the abortion rights was not. Now, we can go in, we can battle back and forth on that. If the Second Amendment was then revoked or removed, okay, because the presidential cabinet at this point in time said, that the Second Amendment, not none of the amendments are absolute. So the freedom of speech, the anyways, if it was taken away, then wow, what a mess that would be, right? Because if there's how many firearms? 300 million firearms in the U.S. How do you take care of that and get rid of them properly? So it is a different, maybe it's fruit because it's a law, but there's an apple and there's an orange, right? They are different. I think if people took more responsibility for themselves and their damn actions, then they wouldn't be screaming and moaning and groaning that the government isn't giving them what they want. Okay. If you want to be a spoiled child, be a spoiled child. But at some point, you need to grow up, right? Same thing is people say, well, my dad didn't give me enough hugs when I was little, or my dad didn't love me enough. Okay. So you're 35 and you're acting like this because when you were 12, you didn't like a situation. You're an adult. At some point, become one. I don't understand. Okay. Well, you had a good childhood. You never had those issues. How do you know? I mean, I did have a good childhood. I didn't have anything where I was backhanded by my father as he walked into the house because he wanted me to be quiet, and he didn't slap me across the face and say, "Shut up, boy," and I didn't even say anything, So I didn't grow up in a home like that. That's true. But it doesn't mean that I can't have an objective perspective on the situation. Okay. At some point, if you know the difference from right and wrong and you're not applying that, you're an idiot. You're a spoiled little child. Okay. You're not an adult. You can scream and cry all you want that you're a grown up, but if you're not going to act like one and take on that responsibility and have your own judgment being used by yourself, you're wrong. It was a big wind around, but I don't know, right? That's what I do. I vent sometimes. It's called Matt Chat. I just keep talking. It's not
Matt
mansplaining.
chat.
It's
Hey,
just
that's what
Matt
we're here
Chat.
for. It's just a
Exactly.
little Matt chat. Yeah. Oh, whew,
So,
a lot to take in there.
yes, there's a whole bunch, but RV Wade was overturned. Okay. Now what? What's the next step? Okay. So basement wall collapse. Crap. Okay. What's the next step? Okay. I mean, we didn't sit there and cry and moan and start complaining to everybody or whatever. We're like, okay, well, next step is make sure the place is secure so if the wall falls in fully, the house doesn't collapse. So start stabilizing your own house. Then take care of your situation and get your foundation set so that your home is stable. You're welcome. That's my that's my rant. I could go on. We should get Uncle Carl on here at some point.
Ooh, I would love that.
Ooh, that young man, he gets heated.
That would be a hell of an episode. Looking into it. Let's make that happen.
He takes after his mother a little bit more than his father. So has a little bit more of that Italian than the calm Slovak. So I don't know.
I'm excited to see it. We're gonna have to all get at a table together. That's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah. And RV Wade, I'm not saying that abortion shouldn't be legal. I don't know. I've never been put in that situation. Right? I've never had to make that decision. Some people say, well, you're a man. You can't have an opinion on that. Okay, well, if my opinion's on your side, you want my opinion. Well, yes. What's your opinion? Well, you told me I can't have one. Okay. But they also tell you that they don't know what a woman is. So what is woman's rights? If they're going to take away what a woman is, then they're going to obviously have to take away women's rights. Men apparently can have menstruation and men can get pregnant. So apparently, due to the science that men can now have babies, men should be allowed to have their decision or their opinion thereof for RV Wade and abortion. What a tangled web of bullshit. It's freaking horrible. I don't get it.
Yeah, I've been contemplating how many things I don't get in the world, and I 99% probably is probably about the percentage.
Well, it's the same thing as in inflation. Well, inflation's not actually happening. Prices are higher on a lot of things, but that's due to Russia, even though it was on the incline prior to any of that, right? So that isn't happening. You are crazy. Gas prices went up just a little bit, but no one's going to notice. I mean, last year we saved 16 cents on hot dogs for the 4th of July. This year, toilet paper, a package of toilet paper is the exact same price as it was last year. Same price. I mean, it's 144 sheets less, but it's the same price. So inflation didn't go up because a package is still the same price, even though you get less in the package.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, inflation is real.
Yes, it is. I was just looking today. I was thinking about how much I pay in rent, and if other items keep going up in cost, then at some point I'm not going to be able to afford to live by myself in the same, I don't know,
Location.
success as I find myself being able to do now, and probably gonna have to go back to roommates or find an
Selling
apartment. And even in
plasma
that case, selling last time before I
or
moved
even
into
your
this
semen.
place, might have to. I was looking at housing rental prices today, just thinking, oh well, if when my lease is up, I need to move in with Caleb or something. Let's see what these places are costing. And I lived with him prior, and we paid like $15.75 for like a 2,000 square foot house to rent. Right? I can't find anything with the same square footage in the same area for less than $2,300 now. And that
Okay.
was like 2 years ago.
Well, but do you need 2,000 square feet?
No, but
I
1,500 square feet.
mean, we have like 1,000 square feet,
Yeah, and I have like 950 or something, but yeah,
and
I
we
don't
have
need
3/4 of a basement right now, or 2/3 of a basement.
That's good. Um,
Yeah.
but just the rental costs have gone up like 25% in the last like 18 months or
Mm-hmm.
something of the nature. I just heard today soda is up 30%. It's all these commodities that are starting to go up, and
Well, soda going up, and some of those prices going up might help diabetes, right? I mean, it
ooh,
may help our health.
that's true.
I suggest you know drink water from home, and if your water's not that great from home, get one of those Sawyer uh, filters, put it on the bottle. They'll filter like, I don't know, 60,000 gallons or 120,000 gallons. I forget what some of those do. And start filtering your own water. Because if you want to spend $1.09 or $2 or whatever it is for a bottle of water, when you can get yours from home for way less, might just go that route.
That's true.
You want something sweet? Eat a Jolly Rancher. I don't know.
Yeah, and you'll have to adapt and overcome. It's just the basis fact that things are going up in price.
Yes. So inflation is real. It happens constantly. It always increases. So I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm no economist. We'll say
Right?
it sucks
Well, it's
though.
like, well, prices increase. Well, why? Because they do. Yeah, but why? Well, because the prices went up. Well, why did the prices go up? Well, because someone just coming to Mississippi, things are still cheaper here. Outstanding. Way to go, Mississippi.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah. I'll
So,
have to come hang out with you, Schwampy. Maybe we can be roommates. I'll live in the backyard. No worries. Put up a tent.
if he's got a pool or a pond, either of those are good too.
Build a
So,
raft. Yeah.
yeah, just have a little raft boat home
Yeah.
instead
In
of
the
a
pool. A little houseboat in the pool.
good times.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I know we didn't solve any of the world's issues because the world continues to make issues from some things that shouldn't be an issue. It should be a discussion. When people don't have discussions, issues are happening. A discussion of sound mind and of sound people, having said discussion, uh, is important. Screaming and ranting and throwing things because you're right and nobody else is 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 not healthy for you or anyone around you. So screaming to the sky does not help. Talk with your fellow man and fellow woman, or if they're an individual that wants to be another one of the 72 genders or however many there are. I'm assuming that there's 72 genders because some people believe if you die, you'll go to heaven and have 72 virgins. So there must be at least 72 genders.
Interesting take. That's fun.
Right? But they also don't say what species.
Oh.
Oh.
Right? Left that out on purpose.
Right?
Got a pond full of fish for you, sir.
You gotta look at the fine print. Son of a...
Always gets me that fine print. So you're saying the solution to a lot of our ailments in the current society is communication and speaking logically on manners. Is that correct?
Absolutely. If you can't have a conversation and listen to the individual, because a lot of people think conversation is saying what you want to say louder and faster so that you're right, but you never heard what you're arguing against. So when you throw out some angry points, but that's not even what was asked or commented on, you just look like an a-hole. And there are way too many a-holes that are willing to be bigger a-holes as fast as they possibly can. Listen, understand, and then communicate. You can't have a good conversation if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So become educated, but listen so that a good conversation can be had.
And that's some
Other than that, everybody's wrong.
That's some of the best closing Matt wisdom advice that we could possibly have on the ATF cast. With all the anger in the world, all the confusion, all the frustration, have a fucking conversation like we do.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think people should hug to make up.
All right, World Hug Day. If I was president, I would instill World Hug Day. We'd all get a fucking hug and get along.
Yeah. It's, you know, if you don't understand the individual that you're speaking with, you will never have a conversation, right? So, and that is true in any regards. So you have to listen, you have to understand so that you communicate. Big hugs.
We should all try that out. And on that note, keep your eyes on the moon.
Keep your eyes on the moon and listen to your fellow man and then educate them or educate yourself.
Read a book.
Nothing wrong. Oh, yes. A good book.
Yeah. Watch some YouTube. Some good YouTube. Educate yourself.
Good YouTube. Yeah.
Swampy, thank you for tuning in. Much
respect.
Thanks,
buddy.
Appreciate you. Hit me up. I think, hopefully we can line up next week because we've been playing podcast tag.
Podcast roulette.
Yes, sir. So
is it going to happen this Wednesday? Click.
Nope. Click, 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 click. Fingers crossed. Everybody stay positive, educate yourself, and
stay healthy, stay happy.
Practice fartlek.
And feel the burn.
Bye. Ooh.
Bye.
Ooh.